Hey guys, today is laundry day, so I'm going to share with you how I wash my cloth diapers with our off-grid laundry system. So we are living off-grid, but we do have an electric washer to do our laundry, and we run this with our generator. And then I just hang everything out in the sun to dry since we don't have a dryer. So before we can get started washing the diapers, I want to show you what I do before I wash them to make sure that they are getting completely clean, and how I make sure they don't get really smelly while they're sitting and waiting to be washed. So because we live in a smaller living space, I keep all of the cloth diapers in the bathroom. That way it's right by the washer, I have water here, and it just makes it a lot easier for me to get everything clean and taken care of. So I have a clean diaper here, and I'm going to show you what I do from start to finish to get the diapers clean. The first thing that I do is actually a tip that I got from my grandma. She exclusively cloth diapered back in the day, and that is to always rinse the diapers no matter if they're dirty or just wet. And so that's why I have two buckets here. The smaller blue one is the one that I use for rinsing, and then the black one is where the diapers go to soak before I wash them. I use pocket diapers, so if I have a wet diaper, I just pull the insert out and rinse it with water before I put the pocket and the insert into the bucket where they're going to soak until we wash them. But if the diaper is dirty, then I like to swish it in the toilet, kind of try to dunk everything off so that it's not going into my bucket with all the other diapers and making them all nasty and smelly. And then after I've rinsed and dunked the dirty diaper, I will just put it into my blue bucket here and just kind of let it soak for maybe a day or so. And then what I like to do is take my plunger and just kind of really get into the bucket and clean out the diaper as well as I can. And then once they're all rinsed, I put them into the black bucket and I soak them with about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of vinegar, and then that helps with the smells as well. The diapers should never be sitting for longer than 3 days, and the reason for that is the longer they sit, the more they're going to smell, and it's going to be harder to get them smelling fresh once they're clean. But we've been having a lot of rain the last while, so it has been about 4 or 5 days for these diapers, and that's why I have a whole pile here, because I've not been able to wash them. So today I'm just going to try to get them all washed and hung out in the sun. And then when I'm ready to wash the diapers, I just take the bucket with the water and the diapers and everything in it and put it into my washer and spin it out before I start washing them. And the reason I have my hoses unhooked is because we have lots of minerals and things in our water. So it kind of got built up in the back where the water comes into the washer, and it just comes in at a trickle, and it just takes way too long to fill up the washer. So I just put my hoses directly into the washer and fill them up that way. It's a lot faster. I like to use Tide powder to wash the diapers, and I only use about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. You really don't need too much detergent. And you want to be careful with adding extra, because you could easily get a detergent buildup in your diapers, and then it'll be hard to get them clean, and it could cause your baby to have diaper rashes and things like that.